going on, everybody? It's me, it's Jersey Cat, and I am back. I finally cleaned my office. This is the first time I've been able to sit down at my desk for like a year. You know, with the guiding and the working and everything, I haven't had time to do anything. This has just been like my junk drawer kind of room. I've just been throwing my rods in, throwing my tackle stuff in, grabbing this, digging through that, ripping this box apart, trying to look for something that I know I have somewhere, but I don't remember where it's at, and, you know, so forth and so forth. But anywho, so, yeah, I'm back. What else can I say? Anybody who's new to the channel, this is what I do. I sit and I ramble on about stuff, so there's good fishing coming up. You could either deal with this part or fast forward to the fishing part. But, yeah, I am officially full-time guiding now. I am done working 3-4 days a week and guiding 3-4 days a week. I made a decision I wasn't going to do the 7-day-a-week stuff this year like I did last year, because literally by the end of the fall last year I was a zombie, because it was pretty much 7 days a week from April all the way to November, and I was wore out, and it's like I have to choose one or the other. I can't do both. Yeah, the extra money's nice. Having the guaranteed money when things are slow was nice with the work, but I don't know, man. I had to choose one, and obviously guiding was the one I chose. We'll see where it goes. So far, I've been pretty busy. Thank you to Jeff Blair, and thank you to all the returning customers that have come back out with me so far this year. It's been amazing. We've had a lot of good days fishing, but yeah, I'm back. So, to get down to the bottom line here, this video that's coming up is a cut baiting video. Actually, I could probably make 3 videos out of this video, but this video was cut baiting, and the reason why I wanted to break it down just to this portion of the video was because all day when I was fishing this section, this was on a new lake. I fished this lake once about, I don't know, 18 years ago, and the only thing I did was catch little hybrids all day. And my buddy who I went there with was practicing for a bass tournament. And I remember he was so mad because I think I caught 1 bass and like 12 hybrids all day. So he's like, dude, what is it about you and these striped fish? I just can't, like, why did I bring you of all people? I'm like, I don't know, man, it's just what it is. But, anywho, so while I was fishing this lake, I went there with a bunch of big gizzard shad. I caught a lot of fish during the day. I actually tangled with, I'm positive it was the lake record. I had it on, and even with 25-pound test fluorocarbon, it still took me to the woodshed and ripped off 100 yards of line and broke my line. That's what a 45-plus pound caliber fish will do. But I did get a lot of nice fish this day. I got you know, umpteenth million, you know, 30 to 34 inches. I got a 22-pounder, and then I got one that was like a couple ounces under 30, which was, you know, pretty big fish. That's in the video. So what I was doing is I was pulling points this day, and I noticed there was these 2 points that every time I went over them all day, I would get at least 1 or 2 big blow-ups on this point. And all day I had that little birdie in the back of my head telling me that I should stop and cut bait. But, you know, I was getting bites, and I had a bunch of nice, big, beautiful, live gizzard shads. I was like, I don't want to cut them up yet, you know. So, towards the end of the day, I think I had 1 gizzard shad left out of like 20-something gizzard shad that I brought. And I was like, heck with it. Let's just beach the boat. We'll cut bait for an hour. And I'd already stayed too late to avoid beating traffic home. So I was like, let's just beach the boat on this point, and we'll cut bait. Now, this point was at the mouth of a creek arm, like right. The main river channel came down and the creek arm wrapped around like this, and I was right there where the main river channel and the creek arm intersect almost. And this was a point that any fish going in or out of this creek arm had to pass over this point, which is like my favorite spot and the main areas I look for when cut baiting. You know, it's a travel point. The fish are going to go over this point all day. They have to. To come into this creek, they got to go over it. To leave the creek, they got to go over it. So it's a funnel down, you know, to where these fish have to come shallow and come in contact with your baits. You know, there's not 80 feet of water where you're sitting on the bottom and the fish are in the top 10. You know, it's 15 feet of water, so they are going to come in contact with your bait and smell it and grab it and eat it. So I sat down, I cut baited, and I think like 15 minutes went by. I got a channel catfish and a couple other pecks, and then all of a sudden it was like fish after fish after fish after fish, and I was kicking myself in the butt that I hadn't been cut baiting for longer. You know, I should have done this initially. I probably could have sat on that point and probably ran out of bait in just a couple hours and went home hours earlier than I did, but I didn't. It happened. Okay, another issue is you'll notice I'm not holding up the fish and being very proactive. I gotta admit I'm out of practice with filming the videos because I haven't done so many. But this is the beginning of me getting back into videos. I've been bringing my cameras on the boat, so now when I drop off customers, I can head out and get a couple hours of video, catch some fish, explain what I'm doing, and help some folks out. But yeah, so I'm just gonna add the picture to the fish that I caught. I mean, you can see the fish when I land them, but I'm not like holding them up. But I did hold them up for pictures, so I'll just attach those to the thing. I hope I'm being clear and concise with what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm out of practice of the whole video making process altogether. But I'm going to shut up, and we're going to get on this video. And real quick, this is all I was using right here. You know, I pulled off my long leaders and my, you know, my planer boards, and this is it. Carolina rig, you know, 2-ounce no roll sinker. You can use an egg sinker, no rolled sinker. You could use a bank sinker. You're just fishing on the bottom, especially if you're in a lake with no current. You could use whatever kind of weight you want. And I think this is a number. I think it's a number 3 octopus hook. I can't remember, but a big, you know, Gamakatsu octopus hook. A lot of guys like circle hooks. I like circle hooks when I'm fishing a river with current. If I don't have river and current, I'm an octopus hook guy. And that's it. You know, 40-pound leader. You don't have to worry about the fish being line shy. When I'm cut baiting, my leader is always heavier than my main line. My main line is 30. My leader is 40. 2-ounce weight. Heavy duty swivel. Bead to protect your knot from the weight smacking into it. And that's it, man. That's just cast it out. And I wasn't running tight lines. I was running, you know, I would cast out and I would let out about 5 feet of line and let the line lay down on the surface. It wasn't windy, so I could get away with that. I like the fish to be able to pick up the bait and move for a couple feet without feeling the tension. And a lot of times they'll take that second gulp with the bait and that'll get it down deeper. I feel in certain situations running tight lines, the fish picks it up, runs with it, and you know the hook isn't in the mouth of the fish, and they'll either spit it or rip the bait off and take off. So that was it, you know, 10, 12-inch leader, 2-ounce sinker, Carolina rig, big octopus hook, done deal. Enjoy the video. I'll hop back in here at the end and go over some more details, but I've already rambled enough. I think I've been rambling for like 8 minutes. All right, I'll see you all later. Stay tuned. Watch the video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. See you in a minute. Bye. Try to do some cut baiting, I guess. I want to eat you, huh? You look so beautiful. I'd eat you if you weren't a gizzard shad. Now we got to figure out where we're going to cut bait. That point or that point? See any rocks. Get that thing off my neck finally. That reel sounds like it'd go for a repair, huh? Well, we going old school now. I can't remember the last time I cut bait for stripers. Been like 2 years. Of course, I don't have any of my cut baiting gear on me, so we're winging it. This is about as winging it gets. Next time I come here, I'm bringing my anchors and my bomber rods. I was going to bring an artificial rod too, you know, and some of my bigger artificial stuff, and I left it all home. Ah, that was dumb. Might step off the boat, walk down a ways, and throw this next one out. There we go. Whatever that is. What do we got here? Be channel catfish. We got a good one. This is a good striper. This is a good one here. Second best fish of the day if we can get the damn thing in. Hope the camera can see. It'd be really cool if we reeled in and it's got a hook in its face. Don't believe it's a flathead. Took off way too fast to be a flathead. Head shakes are nice and slow. Still taking line. Should have had the clicker on so y'all could have heard the first runs. It took off a lot of line. We don't need two fish taken out now. I guess I can turn the clicker off, huh? first up here. Right there. That's my big one. That's my man right there. Yeah, buddy. Oh, hell yeah. Yes. That's a good one there, boys. Whew. Barely hooked. That fish would have got the right angle. It would have had the best of us. Boy, look at that. This fish ripped off some line. I think this is even bigger than the last one. Man, I don't know if this one's bigger than the last one or not, but it certainly took off a lot of damn line. Holy crap. Oh man. It's just another one here. Guess I should put the clickers on, huh? Better be a bigger fish. It's certainly floating longer. I'll be damned. Got three stripers in a matter of what? 30 minutes cut baiting? Oh, I don't know which one's bigger. Who's bigger? Who's bigger? Seemed like that other one might have been bigger. Oh, knows it's hooked now, huh? Come on in here, buddy. Come here. We just doubled up on cut bait. Go figure. Stop it. Come on. Open your mouth. Don't give me that crap. Well, there's the bigger of the two. I'm gonna have to turn on the light. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see for much longer. Alright, let's do it again. I'm catching more fish now than I was all day with live bait. I mean, cut bait's an effective bait for catching stripers, but I didn't think it was going to be this good. I figured I might get lucky and get 1 or 2 striper bites. Probably 1 and about a dozen channel cat fish bites. I had a couple channel cat bites early, caught that one little dinky channel, and it's been lights out ever since, man. Life is good, man. Life is good. We still got one more half alive shad. My arms are starting to hurt. Always good when your body's hurting from reeling in too many fish. I say, heck yeah, man. I'm down for this.
you see what happened was, I didn't lie. I just didn't know that I was going to start catching fish left and right when I decided to cut bait on this flat. I was like, I'm just going to cut bait until like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I'm going to get out of here. And then all of a sudden, I start catching fish, and big fish, and it was like, wow, I've never caught this many fish cut baiting before. This is wild. I didn't lie. I just didn't. My ADD. Oh. Here we go. Another big one too. I gotta turn on my cameras and stuff. Oh, wrong one. Got another one. Oh. Yeah, I've never had this happen while cut baiting, just catching fish after fish after fish on bait on the bottom. It's horrible. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah, and they've all been nice fish too. Did you see the big one I posted on Facebook? It is. I'm struggling. I am struggling mentally, definitely physically. Oh. I don't know. I guess I gotta keep catching some fish, Well, if they keep showing up big ones like this, I don't know if I will be able to stop. Like I said, earlier. What's that? Well, I said if I ever did die while fishing, I'd consider it a win, But also, now that I'm married, I don't know if that really plays anymore. I'd rather die with you. No, that's absolutely true. Don't even try. Don't even try to spin it into anything else. I would like to die of old age in my bed with you. No, not during a fishing trip. I mean, that would be pretty tragic leaving you at home alone. I would like to die with you, grow old. But I always said if I ever did die while fishing, don't, at least, at least he died doing what he loved, Could have died on the toilet, of a heart attack. Could have got crushed by a machine at work. I don't even know if this camera's getting any of this. It's another good fish, too. He's one of the bigger ones from today. Come here, you. It's cold? Look at the thing. The air conditioning might be on. Yeah, 67, 68. If you put it on 67, the air that'll blow in will be nice and hot, and it'll get the house pretty toasty for you. Oh, it's right here. I didn't realize that fish was right here. I don't have a headlight on. I can't even see this fish. All right. I love you. I'll text you when I'm on my way. If I stay too late, I might just nap in the parking lot and then leave out in the morning. I don't think I'm going to stay that late, though. Ooh, that's a big one. Get out of my motor. Don't go on my motor. Don't go on my motor. That's one of the biggest ones yet. Another monster. Wow, I like this fish. Yeah, I think that might be the biggest one of the day. But this fish is full of fish. This lake is full of fish that I wish we had in Lake Lanier. We would get a hard on for a fish like this in Lake Lanier. Yeah, there's a big fish. I can't even lift it.
Yeah, that's definitely my biggest fish of the day. That's a monster. Oh, I got it in the boat. That's a big one. This fish might go dirty. That's a big fish. I love this place. Man, you can tell how out of practice I am by how little I'm like making a point to show the fish on camera. Just everything. I'm such a mess. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just having a lot of fun. And I ain't filmed at night in a long time, so. All right, folks, that is the end of the video there. I hope you all enjoyed it. And again, I'm sorry. I've been a little out of practice as far as filming video goes. You might have noticed it's been a minute. I think this is actually the first video I filmed in about a year. I have other videos from like earlier in the year, but they're so buried on my hard drives, I don't know what to do with them anymore because they're kind of, I mean, they're relevant, but they're irrelevant as far as the timeline goes. But anywho, that's the end of the video. Like I said, cut baiting is a really good method for really big fish too. If you go back in time, to like the 2000s, the 90s, and even into the 80s, a lot of big time striper tournaments and some of the old striper circuits that used to tour around the Southeast, a lot of the big fish that were caught in those tournaments were caught by the old timers who were really proficient at cut baiting. It's kind of a lost art on some lakes. Some lakes I still see a lot of guys doing it. Lake Lanier is not one of those lakes. A few guys still do it, but very few. I had an old timer a couple years ago. I was at a lake that has really big fish in it, and I was doing what everybody else does. I was pulling bait in a certain area on the lake at a certain time of year, and it's a really good method for catching a bunch of 10, 20s, and, you know, an occasional fish over 30 pounds. But this old guy told me point blank one night when I was talking to him at sundown, I seen him setting up on a spot, and I seen the tackle that he had, and I was like, dang, it looks like he's catfishing. I've always wondered if there were big flatheads or blues in this lake because it's in a chain of lakes that has flatheads and blues in the other lake. So I stopped and I talked to him before he got set up. I didn't want to impose on him while he actually had rods out. So I crept up to him and talked to him. I'm like, you catfish? And he goes, I occasionally catch them. And I'm like, so you striper fishing? And he's like, yeah. And then I wound up talking to him for like the next 20 minutes. And, you know, he pretty much said what I probably already knew, but it didn't really equate anymore. He's like, man, you could go up the river there, and he's like, you can catch all the 20, you know, 25 pounders you want, but he's like, if you want a truly giant fish out of this lake, cut baiting's your best bet, hands down. And I was like, man, you know, he's right. You know, a lot of big fish are caught cut baiting. One of the biggest stripers I ever caught was on cut bait. And, you know, and that just goes to show you, man, there's still some guys out there cut baiting, and they catch some really big stripers, and a lot of guys just don't do it. And you know, if you find a place where big fish are traveling through and you're finding a, you know, and you're getting an occasional big blow up here and there on a big fish, but they're not taking the bait, some of those bigger fish are kind of lazy and they become very opportunistic as they get bigger. And another thing about those big giant 35, 40 plus pound fish, in certain bodies of water, they become nomads or they'll just pair up with one or two other big fish. And think about it. It's just like us, you know. What do you want to do? Do you want to spend a lot of calories, you know, eating a burger this big, having to chop it up, cut it, you know, do all the work to get it? Or do you just want to sit down and pay for a big giant steak and eat it? It's just like a striper. They're going to, you know, it's calorie expenditure. You know, burn 50 calories chasing down that shad for 5 minutes, potentially not get them, or eat that big fresh dead shad off the bottom and burn no calories. That big lazy fish is going to take the opportunity to eat that big dead bait as long as it's fresh, especially at certain times of year, like, you know, winter, spring, early summer, even into the summer in certain areas if you can find some cool water inflows. So don't overlook cut bait. And I had a friend that went down to this lake a couple weeks back, and I kept telling him, you know, he messaged me, you know, hey, you were here recently, you know, what'd you do? And I told him, I was like, honestly, my best bite of the day was cut baiting, you know, and I wish I had started doing it sooner in the day than I had done, because I think I could have done a lot better. And I might have had a potential at other trophy fish that day. But yeah, man, next year I plan to get back to cut baiting more often, and I'd like to start doing more videos on it to kind of maybe convince certain guys, like, hey man, this is an overlooked thing that a lot of people aren't doing anymore, but it's really, really good for really big fish. And as you've seen in this video, sometimes good for numbers of fish. You know, I had good action all throughout the day while I was at this lake, but, you know, for that hour, you know, things really took off with cut bait, and I'm like, dang, I wish I had done this sooner. And I've been thinking about it all day. I was like, man, I keep getting bites on these two spots. I should really knuckle down and cut bait. But when you got a big tank of beautiful gizzard shad, you know, really lively, beautiful gizzard shad, it's like, man, I don't want to cut these things up yet. So it took me a minute, but I finally knuckled down and did what I wanted to do all day. And then I kicked myself in the butt for it the next 2 weeks thinking about it. Like, man, I should have been doing that sooner. I should have been doing that sooner. Well, like I said, all you need is a Carolina rig, fish heavy, fish stout bait, you know, because occasionally you'll tangle with a striper that you didn't imagine would be on the end of your line. And occasionally you get some really big flatheads and blues in some of these lakes that also have big flatheads and blues. But, yeah, man, don't overlook the cut baiting. And I apologize, this video's from a couple weeks ago. I went full-time guiding April 1st, and I've been pretty dang busy ever since then. You know, I've had some gaps, you know, 2 or 3 days gaps in between trips, but then I'll have like a block of like 5 or 6 or 7 straight trips. So I apologize for that. I plan on my days off to start filming more. Matter of fact, the other day, Tuesday, I had an opening, and I went and fished a different area of Lake Lanier that I hadn't been fishing much lately, but I have been historically doing well in this area starting about mid-April onward. And I went the other day and I caught, I don't know, 20 plus fish. It was definitely over 15 fish. I don't know how many. And I caught some nice fish that day, and I finished the day with a nice big one over 20 pounds. But, yeah, unfortunately today I had a cancellation. It's a returning customer of mine, a guy called Joe the Jeweler, and his daughter is in a bad way with her liver, and she's on the liver transplant list. So if you could, say a prayer for Joe and his daughter. I know she's in the hospital now. I don't think it's for the transplant. I think there was a complication, and she's not doing the greatest, but she's young, and, you know, it's not like she brought it on herself. It's a liver complication that she was born with. So if you could, say a prayer for her. And, yeah, that's about it, man. If you want to get a hold of me and you want to get out fishing right now, fishing, this is my favorite time of year for fishing, for big fish, for numbers of fish, for variety of fish. There's so many different things that we can do this time of year on Lake Lanier to put numbers in a boat. We can go catch the snot out of 4 and 5 pound spotted bass. We can go catch the snot out of big stripers. We can go run up the numbers during the herring spawn in certain areas on Lake Lanier. It's just a good time of year to be out, and the weather is nice. It's not super hot. Usually there's a nice breeze. It's about 75, 80 degrees. It's my most pleasant favorite time of year to be fishing on Lake Lanier. So if you want to get a hold of me, 470-248-2961, or you can go on jetbladerstriperguides.com, and you can read my profile and book a date with me. You can get in touch with him, me, either or, no big deal. Yeah, that's about it, man. Like I said, I got another video that's going to come on the heels of this one. I got about 5 hours of video the other day and caught the snot out of fish everywhere I went. And I was just spot checking, too. It's like I would go to one area that has been good to me, put out baits, like bang, 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 catch 3. Like, all right, I know there's fish here. I know they're on this time right now, so let's go check something else. I get to the next spot, bang, 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 and it's like, all right, they're here. Next spot, bang, 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 you know. So that's kind of how it went on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I took my customers to all those spots, and we caught fish out of 3 of the 4 spots we hit that day. The one spot that was good to me the other day, for whatever reason, I think it had to do with wind. There was no wind coming over this point, you know, no breeze, no kind of weather pattern to make that point attracted the fish, so we didn't get fish right there. But once the wind picked up, everywhere I thought we'd catch fish, we did. So, anywho, over and out. This is Jersey Catch Fishing Adventures. I'll see y'all later. Stay tuned. There will be more videos. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I got a dog sitting right there. She's bored. She's been sitting patiently waiting for me to get done with this video today so I can get it uploaded. And now I'm going to take her over to the park, and we're going to go have fun because I'm out the next few days after this, and I'm not going to have time for any of that stuff. So till then, take care. I'll see y'all later. Stay tuned. Bye.